Hi everybody, welcome to Chrissy's Rhythm Kitchen. You may be able to make out that I'm not actually in my kitchen at the moment, but I will be shortly. We're going to be going over there to have a look out for some instruments. But for the moment, I've decided to be in the studio because the acoustic is really nice and bouncy for the voice. So you'll be able to hear it better. And the song we're going to do in here is Oleo, and we're basing the rhythm piece all around that, and we're borrowing some of the rhythms actually from this song. So that's why it's important that we all know it quite well before we begin. But it's very short, don't worry if you've never done it before, it's a quick learn. And I'm going to just go through the words quickly. We start with line 1 is Oleo. That's all there is to it. Say that, Oleo. Second line, slightly harder. Oleo, leo, le, o, la, la. Let's just chop it down a little bit. Oleo, oleo, leo, le, leo, le, o, la, la, o, la, la. Oleo, leo, le, o, la, la. And that's exactly the rhythm. Let's try it together. Oleo, leo, le, o, la, la. One more time. Oleo, leo, le, o, la, la. And that's really got a lot of Latin rhythm in it. The last line is Ola, hey, oh la la. Try that. Ola, hey, oh la la. And that's it basically. So let's try singing it. It's a call and response. So I sing it first and you sing it straight back to me. Ola, hey, oh la la. Ola, hey, oh la la. Excellent. So let's try that one more time and see if we can just get it to settle in. And don't worry, whenever we're doing it after this, I'll always be singing it first and you'll be singing it back to me. So you haven't got to memorize it all. Just sing back what you've heard each time. Let's try it one more time. Ola, hey, oh la la. Ola, hey, oh la la. Excellent. For any sopranos in the room or high voices, you might want to learn the higher harmony, which we don't often do in the groups. So I'm going to put that in now as well, just to give you an extra option. Ola, hey, ooh la la. Ola, hey, ooh la la. Oleo, oleo, ole, 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 ooh la la. Ole, 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 ooh la la. Ola, hey, ooh la la. Ola, hey, ooh la la. So even if that's new to you, I hope it's beginning to settle in and we'll have more chances to sing it later, as and when we're working on all the different rhythms. And when we do the final piece, I'm going to do a recording of both parts, so they'll be playing in the background all the time and they'll be supporting you. So we should all be able to be fine with it. Don't, Sops, if you find it too hard all the time to be up there, it is pretty high, then sometimes dip down and just do the middle one if you like, but it's just there as an option for you and it's fun to try. Okay, it's time now, without further ado, to go over to the kitchen and see if we can find some instruments to play. Okay, see you shortly. Hi everybody and welcome to Chrissy's Rhythm Kitchen, and I'm going to show you all the instruments we're going to be using. They should hopefully be things that you can all find in your kitchen very easily, and we're going to start off with shakers. Here are a few. I feel like a TV cook here. Here are a few that I prepared earlier. So with these, it's best if you can get fairly lightweight things. In here I've got some nutmegs. They're okay, but they make quite a racket. So I think you're better off with something a little bit lighter. I've got black peppercorns here. They're not bad at all. I've also got cardamom seeds, cardamom pods. They're quite nice, a bit weighty. And the ones I've actually chosen for me for this recording are black mustard seeds. Simply, they do seem a little bit light, but actually they make a much softer background and they might dominate the whole thing. So this is just so you can hear all the other instruments. This doesn't overwhelm anything, but choose whatever you like. So that's the kind of thing that's very readily available in your kitchen. If you don't have any seeds or anything like that, anything small like that, you could just try tiny beads if you've got any. And just put those even in a plastic pot. Next thing, it's really good in kind of Latin kind of songs, which this is. It's got a Latin rhythm. To have something that's a bit scratchy. I'll show you actually first the originator of this kind of instrument. This is a guiro. So in Latin numbers you often have a zigga 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 zigga, that kind of thing in the background. So that's a proper posh guiro. But we too, in all our kitchens, nearly all of us I think, have got a grater, and that works really well. I tried it at first with a spoon. You have to experiment. That's okay. But I'm actually preferring my whisk. It's a bit lighter. So try things out, see what works against your grater. You can try the different sides of it. Slightly lighter pitch there. Just see which sound pleases you. So that's graters and shakers. Here's one of my favourite bits. This is to replace cowbells. I don't know if you've seen them. I haven't actually got any, as it happens, but they're normally two kind of bell shapes on one piece of metal, and you kind of hold them and tap between them. It gives you a two-tone sort of sound. So I've been looking to replace those with these, with bottles, and this is how they sound together. And I'm playing a typical kind of cowbell rhythm that often comes up. Bottles doesn't have to be, if you haven't got any. You can try various glasses. One thing you're going to notice with these glasses is that the one that makes the lowest sound is the one with the most water. So that's how to vary the pitch. This one's quite tuneful. You could also try maybe a couple of mugs. And I would say not pottery ones. Choose china ones with a nice fine rim. They'll make the best sound. Pottery just tends to go a bit flat, but these are quite tuneful. It doesn't matter if they feel a little bit out of tune with the music, because they're never meant to be perfectly tuned. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the two bottles, which haven't got a particular note about them, but they make quite a good sound. They're quite an authentic kind of cowbell sound. Next thing to look at is this instrument. This is the real original, and these are called claves. We call them claves. Most Latin American people call them claves. And one thing you'll notice, I'm not holding them like this. I'm actually sort of putting them across my hand here, making a little cradle to hold them in and leaving a little space there. When I teach this to children, I always say allow the space for a little creature to crawl in and go to sleep in the palm of your hand. So it gives you an idea of that sort of caring and cosseting. So you make a lovely little cosy space there, a little bed. And then they begin to have a note. Bum, 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 bum. Can you hear that? Whereas like that, it's a bit flat. So we're going to try the same thing with wooden spoons. So I've got a couple here. It's up to you, however you feel most comfortable, whether you put the round spoony end at this end of your hand or you rest it on your wrist. Wherever it is, it's got to sort of span from your fingertips to your wrist. So let's try it this way around and see what sounds best. That's not bad. That's quite nice. And try it the other way. Sounds about the same. But actually I was finding it felt a bit more stable that way. So I think that's what I'll do. But move around, try it different ways. Can you hear that note? Ba, 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 ba. Whereas if we just tap them together, there's no actual musical sound. So let the instrument sing. If we're going to be using quite basic things, we just need to give it the best chance to sound its best. And last but not least, this is going to be our drum. The best thing I can find is a washing up bowl. And what I'm going to suggest with this, you don't hold it tightly with your hand. What we're trying to get away from is a really flat sound, and it's quite difficult with just a washing up bowl, but we'll do our best. So if you hold on to it tight, you're stopping all the vibrations with your hand. And the vibrations are what give it that nice kind of boom sound. So if you make a kind of cradle like that with your hand, so you can just lightly hold it on your fingertips and explore all around the drum. That's a bit better. Bum, 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 bum. Can you hear it? So that's the way to play your drum. As you can see here, I've chosen a silicone-headed spoon. That's because it's a nice soft material. You'll notice if you try to play this just with a straight hard wooden spoon, it's really savage. It sounds quite sort of angry and not very nice at all. If you haven't got any silicone spoons, you could try tying a couple of socks around a wooden spoon. I think I like that one best. Can you hear how it's really working hard to sing? Bum, 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 bum. So that is just about it. Those are our instruments. So I'm going to suggest that you think of which ones you might have around, which ones you'd like to try. You might want to do all of them or just one. So just go and press pause now and just go and have a quick look for them, and then we'll move on to the actual rhythms we're going to use. See you shortly. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Rhythm Kitchen. And this time we're back here to learn the rhythms that you're going to use in the song itself, and the rhythm piece we're going to do towards the end. So I hope you found some lovely instruments, and let's get on with playing them. So if you did find yourself some wooden spoons and you're going to play that part, then get those ready now. If you didn't, then just try playing this rhythm on something else. They're all kind of interchangeable. I'm just suggesting rhythms for certain instruments, but you can swap them about as you like according to what you've got. And it's fun practicing them all anyway. So if you have got wooden spoons, then remember to do the thing of laying the spoon across your palm so that the tips of your fingers and your wrist are supporting the spoon, but the bit in the middle is laying suspended over a little open space there, a little echo chamber. Just make sure you're happy with that sound, that you like the sound. If you don't like it or you're not sure, try it the other way around. I think either way for me, both of the sticks are singing quite nicely. Okay, so I'm going to stick with that. If you're ready now, we're going to go back to the song in our minds and think of the second phrase. So you may remember, ole, 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 oh la la. Does that come back to you? Okay, we're going to use that phrase to work towards doing a really nice Latin rhythm. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that phrase and say it slowly, but in rhythm, and we're going to tap every time there's a syllable that begins with L. So, or leo, leo, le, o, la, la. There's a lot of L's in there. Let's try it together. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Two more. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. You might have noticed I pulled the stick away whenever I was doing that final O before the final la, la. It's just, it feels quite nice to acknowledge that there's a space in that moment, because you've been doing quite a lot of tapping on the first couple of beats, and you just get a moment's rest before the final two la-las. So, and it helps to kind of anchor you. You kind of know where you are in it. You don't have to do that, but I find it helpful. So let's just try that again, and what we're going to do is gradually speed up. So let's try it together. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O, leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Leo, 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 la, la. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. Oh, leo, 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 la, la. Leo, 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 la, la. So it feels as if we're just about there. Brilliant. Okay, what we're going to do now is carry on for a little bit and just see if we can get it under our skins and not having to say the leo, leo, le all the time. So we'll start off saying it. O leo, 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 la, la. O leo, leo, le, o. Now whisper. Leo, leo, la. O leo, leo, le, o. Now mouth it. Leo, leo, le, o, la, la. O leo, leo, le, o. Just think it. Don't think it. Just listen to that rhythm. Feel it. Ba, 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 ba. Excellent. So I encourage you, if it's not 100% in your skin, to kind of every time you're passing something that's tappable, like a bottle, a table, a lamp there, a bottle, a chair, a radiator, a sink, anything with a hard surface that isn't going to break if you tap it, and just have fun going all around your kitchen, all around your house, just tapping that rhythm out until it feels absolutely under the skin. The reason for that is that when you come to sing it against the music of the song, then you've got two different rhythms competing, the rhythm of the melody and this rhythm. And although we already have worked out that this rhythm really matches closely the rhythm of the second phrase, it doesn't match all of the phrases quite so well. The first phrase is easy with this rhythm. Let's just try it together. Ole-yo. Pretty easy. You already know that it goes really well with ole, 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 la, la. That's fine. But the last phrase might give you a little problem, might not. Let's just try it. Start the rhythm first. Oh la, hey, oh la la, oh la, hey, oh la la. Now if you did come unstuck at all there, the likelihood is that it's the hey that threw you, because it falls in a really quite tricky place just in between the second and third beats of the rhythm you're playing. And it's a tiny space to fit it in. If you really try to think about it intellectually, it's really almost impossible to fit it in. You've kind of got to do it by feeling it. So if as much as you can, doing that tapping around the house will really help to get it into your body so that you can begin to be polyrhythmic, which sounds rather posh, but what it means is that you're able to hold two rhythms at once simultaneously. And that's kind of the aim of this exercise. It's really good fun and it's really good for your brain. And interestingly, it's good for your well-being. If you actually are expanding your brain, expanding your brain's potential, it is uplifting. So see if you can become polyrhythmic while you're working on this piece with me and having fun at the same time. So I'm going to give you a little hint about what to do about that pesky hey, because that's the problem. Simply leave it out when you're singing. So if you just sing, let's get the rhythm going again. Oh la, oh la la, oh la, oh la la. Still sounds like a nice song and a nice piece, and it still sounds Latin, and it'll sound great with your accompaniment, but you won't have thrown yourself out of kilter by trying to fit that very pesky hey in. It doesn't mean you have to leave out the hey all the time. If you're playing a different rhythm, then leave it in because it works with the other rhythms. And also, as time goes on, you may just find you can just put it back in quite effortlessly. It's all a question of getting that first rhythm right under your skin so that you're no longer really thinking about it. Your body is just playing it independently. And that's your polyrhythmic moment. Okay, so the next instrument we're going to move to is our drum, if you remember our washing up bowl. And for that, we're going to use the rhythm which is featured actually all the way through at the start of every phrase. There's always an ola or an ole something, and that's the rhythm we're going to play. So at the beginning, ole-yo, we're just going to think of the ole, and that's just going to be boom, boom. And when we think of the next phrase, ole-o, etc., we're just going to go ole. Same as exactly the same sound. And the last time, ola, exactly the same, ola. So it's actually going to be quite easy, and you have a nice big spacious rest on this. So if you've tried the song, when we get to the sort of performance bit, if you've tried it all the way through doing a tricky part, then you could give yourself time off by trying this one the next time and really relaxing. So let's just try it with the song. 2, 3, 4. Ole-yo, ole-yo, ole-ole-ole, o-la-la, ole-ole-ole, o-la-la, o-la. Hey, o-la-la, o-la. Hey, o-la-la. So nice and easy, hopefully for you. Enjoy that one. Having just done something really easy. Oh, I'm unkind, aren't I? We're going to go to the cowbells, which are going to be quite tricky by comparison. I'm just putting these up to remind you that what I thought I would use for this are these two bottles. Any cordial will do. I shouldn't be advertising. Any cordial or any bottle will do. If you decided instead of the two bottles to maybe use two different glasses with different tones or two different cups or mugs, that's all fine as well, whichever thing you decide to use for your two-tone sound. So I'm going to start this rather than just using our pretend cowbells straight away. We're going to start the rhythm by just feeling it on a tabletop here. The whole rhythm is this. And you might get it absolutely straight away. If this little bouncy rhythm on this side feels a little bit tricky, remember, if you can, cast your mind back to the Tom Jones song, It's Not Unusual. And if you remember, the very beginning of that has got exactly that rhythm. Dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-da-da-da-da-da. So let's just try doing a little bit of that. Let's just do it with one hand to start with. Dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum. Now I'm going to ask you to take that last beat and move it over to the other hand. So instead of it all being in this hand, at the moment I'm playing this with my left hand, but it could be with your right hand if you're mirroring me. Choose whichever is your dominant hand to do this part. So we're going to go dum, da-dum. So you're using the other hand to do the dum at the end. Dum, da-dum. Let's try it. Dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum. Excellent. Now let's just see if we can up the ante slightly And let's see if we can do 2 taps with this side. So instead of just dum, it's a dum dum. Dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum dum. Still with me? Let's hope so. And the last bit is really easy. So this hand, your dominant hand that did the dum da dum bit, is going to just add 1 extra note. So it's going to be dum da dum dum dum. Dum da dum, sorry, dum da dum dum dum. And again. Dum da dum dum dum. And again. Dum da dum dum dum. If you're left-handed and you're mirroring me, we're going to do it the other way round. So this is going to be the leading hand. Dum da dum dum dum. 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 Back to doing it for right-handed now. So this side. Let's try it one more time. Dum da dum dum dum. And again. Dum da dum dum dum. Dum da dum dum dum. Dum da dum dum dum. Now if any part of that is just too much for now, then you can slow it down, change it, just make it a little bit simpler. So you could leave out the little Tom Jonesy bit altogether, and you could just have dum 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 dum, or dum 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 dum, depending on which way your 2-tone thing goes. Let's try it going up this time. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. And for left-handed people, this way round. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. So you don't have to make it quite as tricky. And if even that at the moment is feeling too much, make it simpler still by just dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. That was for right-handed. Other way round. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. I recommend whichever you're going to do, that you try it on a bigger scale. You try it tapping it on tables, like I was suggesting for the earlier rhythm. You try it tapping on your thighs. Dum 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 dum. You can't see it, but you can hear it hopefully. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. And you can also try it, well, actually just anywhere. The idea of doing that is just to get it more into your body, to sort of make it feel bigger and more relaxed, as if the piece that you've actually got to do is just so small and trivial, you don't even have to think about it. And it's really good to keep your arms nice and floaty while you're playing, so you don't get all tight holding on to the whatever you're playing with. I'm playing with spoons, you'll probably be doing the same. There's spoons on your instruments, whatever they're going to be. And so I didn't want to start off really close up and personal and just trying to tap, because often what happens is you end up bending over, hunching and getting really tight. So I'd like to stay really, really relaxed, open, dancing if you can, because that will really help you to relax even more and get into the flow. So I'm just going to check that my bottles are the right way round. Yeah, I quite like having the higher one on this side, but it's entirely up to you. So for right-handed people, which probably the majority of you are, just mirror me exactly, this side and this side. Maybe I'll move these in, you won't see me so much, but that's not so important, it's the bottles. So let's try it on the bottles now, but see if you can manage not now to get very constrained and small. Just see it as taking up a really big space. So bum ba-dum bum bum, bum ba-dum bum bum, bum ba-dum bum bum. Keep your arms wide. Lots of air and lots of space. Now I'm not going to try to talk you through all the rhythmic difficulties there might be with this. There could be across the board. This is one of the ones where this isn't borrowed from any part of the song, so you need to just get this one under the skin. And this is quite advanced, so don't expect to do this one straight away. If you're new to rhythm work, just pick an easier rhythm to start with, and then just try this one later on when you've got really, really into the groove with it and you're relaxing with all the other rhythms. This would be a great one to try. I quite like to add a bit of challenge so that you've got something to work towards, because you don't want everything to be absolutely attainable immediately, otherwise there's nothing more to strive for. So I hope you enjoy that one. Have fun with it. Okay, moving on now to the grater. I've got my grater here. I'm going to play on the fine side here, because that actually makes the best, not only the best sound, but also it's the easiest to play, because it's actually quite a bit smoother than these larger grating holes. Just try running whatever you're going to use, a spoon or a whisk, against the edge there, and just make sure that it feels nice and easy flowing. If it doesn't, it may be that the holes are too large. It may be that you need to find a more fine side. It may also be that you're holding the spoon or the whisk or whatever a bit too fiercely and trying to actually grate cheese on it. We're not trying to grate cheese. We're just trying to pass over it fairly easily and lightly. Just try that. I call that rhythm zigga, 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 zoom. And let's try and actually actively play that. Zigga, 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 zoom. 2, 3. 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 Let's try a different one using ziggers and zooms. Let's try zigga, zoom, 2, 3. Zigga, zoom, 2, 3. Zigga, zoom, 2, 3. Zigga, zoom, 2, 3. Zigga, zoom. I don't know if you noticed, but when I started the repeat of zigga zoom, I came back up to the top. I did zigga zoom and then came up to the top and started again, zigga zoom, so that I was doing strong down beats for each of the strong beats. I'll do it slowly. Zigga zoom, zigga zoom. So I actually took the whisk off to start again. Try that with me slowly. Zigga zoom, zigga zoom. Excellent. So it's just giving you the feeling of what you need to do there to get the right strength of beat going down for your strong beats. Let's also try zoom, 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 zoom. Those are all down beats. Zoom, 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 zoom. All strong. Zoom, 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 zoom. One more. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zigga, zoom, zigga, zoom. Zigga, zoom, zigga, zoom. 2, 3. Zigga, zoom, zigga, zoom. 2, 3. Zigga, zoom, zigga, zoom. 2, 3. Let's do zigga, zigga, zoom. Zigga, 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 zoom. 2, 3. 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 It feels kind of pleasing to end with a zoom, but you don't have to. You could do a zigga, 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 zigga if you like. Although, sorry, in fact, I did a zoom there. Zigga, 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 zigga. It's harder to do, actually. Zigga, 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 zigga. You've really got to try hard. I think it's really much easier to end with a zoom and to feel much more confident with it. So make up for yourself any arrangement of ziggers and zooms. This is one of the one of the only rhythms in this piece that you can really improvise easily on, because you've got your fixed amount of space between you're actually marrying up with the cowbells. I'm going to show you exactly how in a moment, but you're very much tied into the cowbell rhythm, but that space while the cowbell isn't playing is all yours, and you can fill it with all the variations that we've just been trying of ziggers and zooms, which makes it really fun. So just to explain that a little bit better, I'm just going to play the... do you remember that rhythm on the cowbells? So if I just sing that for you, dum da dum dum dum, zigga zoom zigga dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum. Now, did you notice my final zoom actually crossed over with the opening note of the cowbells? Listen again if you didn't spot it. Dum da dum dum dum, da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum. So it's always coinciding with that first note. Let's see what happens if I do zoom, 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 zoom. Same thing. Dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum, dum da dum dum dum. So you notice how they marry together, or at least I hope you notice, and that makes for a lot of fun. It means you're really watching out, listening out for when the cowbell piece ends, and being really ready to fit in your part around it. So both these parts are quite tricky in some ways and easy in other ways. I feel that the greater part is easier than the cowbells, but that's just me. You might find it harder, but have a play with it. We're going to finish off with the humble shaker, and I just want to say a little something in in support of the humble shaker, because it's not so very humble. The shaker is the one instrument that just keeps going continuously all the way through, continuously, and it's actually keeping very steady all the way through, which is actually quite a feat. So while I'm talking to you, I'm having to really concentrate at the same time on keeping this really steady, because the rhythm of my voice is completely different from the shaker. If it weren't, then I would be speaking just like this in time with the shaker, and you would think I was a robot. You get the idea? So you see how very different my natural speaking rhythm was from the shaker. And when you're playing the shaker and all sorts of exciting stuff is going on all around you, you might get very excited and want to start doing dum, da-dum, dum, dum, just because you can hear it. So actually staying very constant is a really important thing, a very musicianly thing to do. And if you can do it well, then you're doing amazingly. It's a very important thing. And if two of you are at home together and one of you does the shaker and one of you does another rhythm, you'll really start to see how much the one doing the other rhythm is relying on you to actually keep absolutely on the beat so they know where they are. So don't ever think it's too humble to be bothered with. It's really important, and it's a great thing for even the greatest musicians to have a go at. Sometimes it's much easier to play the really flamboyant and exciting piece rather than actually doing something which requires you to keep your concentration and to keep really steady and consistent. So that's it. The next time I see you, we'll be doing our little performance together, and I'm going to suggest, if you want to, that you dress up a little bit, because a performance requires dressing up. It's a special occasion, and we don't get many occasions in lockdown to actually put on our glad rags. So if you feel like doing that, please do that and meet me there. Okay, I'll see you at the play-along, sing-along of Chrissy's Rhythm Kitchen. See you soon, all dressed up, I hope.